What's up, friends? Chook here, and welcome back to Monster Hunter World. Okay, so when we left off last time, we just did like the basic first quest, kill some Jagras, and now we have an assignment to speak to the smithy. So let us do exactly that. Now, I'm also recording some weapon tutorials for you guys, so they'll be coming out in the next few days. The first one should be out tomorrow, hopefully. And then there's 14 weapons, so the next 14 days. So the next 2 weeks, there'll be a weapon kind of tutorial guide explanation thing, video coming out each day. So there's going to be a little bit of content overload.
All right.
For the next...
Now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
Okay, shut up. Probably a little bit of content overload in the next few days, next few weeks, I should say, as I am trying to get everything out at the start. So that if you guys are playing this for yourselves and you don't know what's going on, hopefully it can help you out a little bit. Okay, let's go talk to whoever this is. It's a squad manager.
Oh, hello.
We're ready to open the tavern and gathering hub, the Celestial Pursuit. At the gathering hub, you can meet up with other hunters and embark on quests together. This is where these games become unbelievably good. It's my favorite, absolute 100% my favorite co-op multiplayer experience. It's great. It's so good. To find the Celestial Pursuit, just look up. There's that ship atop Astera that looks like it's about to sail off to the stars. That's it. You get up there by taking a lift. Please come visit us as soon as you get the chance. Okay. So we can go up there and do online multiplayer-y things. We're not going to worry about that just now. We will, however, go and talk to the smithy. Well, there's this over here as well. So many question marks. All right, this is to do with the research. So this is new. Let's find out what this has to say.
Yes?
It is also 38 degrees outside, which means it's probably like 45 degrees in here. So I'm going to stop to drink a lot, so apologies in advance. Okay, a hunter from the 5th, are you? Well, then you must have finished your first quest. This is the Ecological Research, headed up by yours truly. What's going on with his feet? Tell me, did you just find any monster data out there? Tracks, gashes, that sort of thing? Data tells us stories about the monsters, an elaborate and interesting one at that. Your job in the field team is to track the monsters, collect data, and advance the study. Our job is to take that data, analyze it, and compile our findings for the commission. What we learn helps you in the field too, so you see, we need each other.
I'll be here.
Good to know. Drop by here anytime and I'll show you what you're working on. So, what is it? Okay, Ecological Research is a facility that studies monsters. These studies can help you with your hunts and investigations. Gathering monster tracks and the like will earn you research points. Collect enough, and your research level will go up, giving you access to new features and intel that will make your hunts easier. You can also consult the Monster Field Guide to view monster info such as habitat weaknesses and materials that can be carved. Research levels do not increase automatically. When you see report to the Ecological Research team on the results screen, be sure to pay them a visit. In the research level menu item, you'll also find your scout flies level, which determines their abilities. The higher your scout fly level, the sooner your scout flies will pick up the next set of monster tracks. Okay, so this is actually really cool. This is new to the series. That we can see down the bottom there. You can consult your monster field guide to view monster info such as habitat weakness, materials that can be carved, etc. That hasn't been in any previous games. If you ever wanted to know what weaknesses a monster was weak to, or what you could carve off it, what materials it dropped, all that sort of stuff, you would have to look it up on the wiki or Kirienko or one of the Monster Hunter websites, basically. But just like a lot of things in this game, they're streamlining it, they're making it a lot easier to understand, and that is good for everyone, even veterans, because, you know, having to alt tab and look up stuff is a pain in the ass. Now it's just in here, so that's great. Okay, we have no guidance whatsoever on the Zora Magnaros. Here's the Elder Dragon, that makes sense. Great Jagras. We have habitat info added, scout flight bonus. And same for the Anjanath, which was that big T-Rex thing that sent us flying when we did the Herpidert phase. Okay, Monster Field Guide. This is the one that we've got in our pocket. We can consult at any time. So we can go through and look at what each monster is. So Zora Magdaros, we don't know anything. The Anjanath. The Anjanath patrols the ancient forest looking for its favorite meal, Aptonoth, which are a herbivore. The belligerent monster will attack anything without hesitation. Anjanath spits fiery blast from its mouth, utilizing a unique organ in its throat. Focusing attacks on its throat will make battling it much easier. So there we go. I assume the more research we put into the Anjanath, the more hints we'll get like that, and it'll tell us, how to weaken it and all the rest of it. The Great Jagras, which is the one that jumped on our friend, and the Anjanath came and tore to shreds. This pack leader of the Jagras, when hungry, Great Jagras is known to attack monsters even stronger than themselves. It balloons to unbelievable proportions after swallowing prey. Even after a giant meal, the Great Jagras can use its expanded stomach to attack unsuspecting hunters. Aim for its belly to force it to vomit out its prey and significantly weaken it. So that's pretty cool. I like that that's... You can, get all this research. That's fantastic. I love games with research and shit, so it's great. So this is the Aptonoth, sorry. This is the herbivore we were talking about before. We're not going to worry too much about the smaller monsters. We'll just go through the larger monsters. But you can kill them to get raw meat. You can then cook raw meat to get steaks, which give you stamina and stuff. And the Jagras, we can see there that Jagras hide, Jagras scale, and sharp claws we can get from them. Okay, so that was cool. Got some research going on. I'm trying to remember where... Oh man, that looks really nice. Trying to remember where the blacksmith was. I think it was up here. Yes. No, this is the chef. Okay, he still has a... I needed to spot me. He still has a exclamation mark. But I don't know how to talk to him particularly. It just goes straight into the canteen. So, gestures? Okay, let's just not worry about that. We'll come back to him. The smithy is down here. Many quests. Airship Engineer. So the 5th has arrived. Greetings there. I'm the Airship Engineer with the 2nd Fleet. I work on flying machines, airships, and what have you. I'm sure you're curious about why you haven't met a member of the 3rd yet. That's because they're all been stranded for years. That's a shame. It wasn't long after the scholars from the 3rd landed before they insisted on crossing the Great Ravine. So they got their ship converted into an airship and off they went. It was all going well until just after they'd crossed the ravine. A flying monster attacked their airship and grounded them. Sure, they were reckless to go, but seeing as I'm the man who put them in the air, I can't help feel part responsible for all of this. Ever since then, I've been working on making a better airship, one that we could use to go rescue them. But between the New World's nasty weather and the strong winds hurling down the ravine, it's been one failure after another. Still, you won't catch me calling it quits. That's the way, buddy. That's the way. Never quit. Okay, here's the quest board. Remember that's there.
My.
There you go, newcomer. You look a lot more hunterly with a weapon on your back. This is the armory. We deal in ready-made weapons and armor. If you need a weapon ASAP and don't have the time to gather materials, wear your ticket. So newcomer, have a look. So, exactly what she just said. We could buy weapons here, which we're not going to do because we can make our own. So we've got a hunter's knife already. Or we could buy this bone curry 1 for 300 zenny, which, I mean, we have a hell of a lot of zenny, but we're not going to worry. And armor, same thing. So if we go over here and we actually talk to the smithy.
There you are, Fiver.
Oh, look who's back with materials. Step right up and welcome to the smithy. You'll be needing my services a lot. What I do for you is simple. Whenever you go out in the field and gather materials, I turn those materials into weapons and armor. Drop by whenever you find something new and interesting. Here, I'll give you some materials as a welcome present. You can use them to upgrade your equipment. So, what are you hammering together this time? Alright, you can use monster materials and ore to forge and upgrade equipment at the smithy. Give the materials you earn as quests, records, or carve from monsters to the smithy to create new equipment for taking on even tougher monsters. So we'll play the movie here, see what it has to say. So this will be carving the Great Jagras and getting some parts. Here come the scavengers. Okay, that's literally all it says. But that's basically the whole gist of this game. The whole hook and pull of this game is to go out, hunt stuff, kill it, get its materials, come back, craft bigger and better armor and weapons and stuff to go on, take something bigger, rinse, repeat. It's really, really good and really satisfying. So we can upgrade our equipment if we wanted to, or we could forge new equipment. Okay, new weapons and armor can be created by selecting forge equipment. Most weapons, however, can't be created via forge equipment. Instead, you'll have to make a base weapon first and then upgrade it into a more powerful weapon via upgrade equipment. All armor can be created via forge equipment. Equipment skills. Helpful skills that remain active as long as you have that piece of equipment equipped. Each armor piece has its own skills. Be sure to keep an eye out on the skills when foraging and upgrading, forging, and upgrading your gear. If multiple pieces of gear share a skill, that skill's level will be the sum of each piece's skill level. Equip sets of gear with the same skill power to power up those skill effects. Okay, so this has changed from previous games as well. This has made it a lot more streamlined, which is good. Again, they're just making it much, much easier to understand, which I'm all for. So if we go into the weapon, for instance, and we make a sword and shield, we can see here that we can make this bone kukri, whatever it's called. We need one monster bone S, which is small. We have 4, and it costs $200 to make. 200 zeni to make. If we go to the tree, this is fantastic. As I was saying before, with if you wanted to know what weaknesses monsters were and all you would have to look it up and go on Wiki and Kirianko and stuff. Now, the same thing with crafting weapons. If you wanted a particular weapon, you would have to look up the tree and like plan how to do it. This has just done it for you, effectively. And we can see here that this is the ore tree. So if we upgrade the Hunter's Knife to Hunter's Knife 2, we can then turn that into a question mark. And then from that, we can turn it into this, which has poison on it. So this is water. This is poison. And etc. Poison here. This is paralysis. Or we can go... So that's this tree of this weapon. All spawns comes from this initial weapon. If that has to make sense. The bone tree is from the bone weapon. So same thing. If we wanted to make, say, this here, which is got fire on it, we would have to make this, upgrade it to this, upgrade that to this, and then upgrade to that to that. So it makes a lot of sense, and it's way easier to understand than it ever has been before. So I like Sword and Shield. Let's just forge this, just to see what the animations are and stuff. That was quick. Equip now. Yes. Okay, so we have a better weapon than we had before, which is great. We can also do the same thing for armor. So we can see that we've got the leather and chainmail gear already. The only difference between them is that the one we're wearing has fire resist. This has water resist instead, but it has the same defense and everything. If we go to hunters, we can see that the hunter gear is much better in general, and then the bone gear is similar, but again has different resistances and stuff. So to make the hunter set, this helmet at least, we need 2 Jagras hide and 2 Jagras scale, which we have. This is 2 hide and monster bone small. This is hide and scales, etc. So we could probably make most of this, but we wouldn't be able to make it all because I think we'd need more Jagras stuff. So we'll just keep it for the moment, and we won't do anything with it. But you know, maybe if we go kill some Jagras in the next quest, we can make this. And you can also preview it, which is fantastic to see what everything looks like before you buy it or make it. Like, I mean, that's fucking cool, right? That's so cool. You can also again, new and amazing wish list. So we can put this on the wish list. I don't know how this works yet, but I know that it existed and it exists. So if we go into here, entry added. We've put that. Let's just put all of this on the wish list. And I assume when we gather a material that has to do with these items, it will alert us and say, hey, you've got enough monster bone smalls now to make your thing, which is super cool. Rather than, you know, having to go through your inventory every time to find everything. Forge Pelico equipment, same thing. We can make Pelico some new gear and stuff. But for the moment, let's just go on our way and speak to the handler. And we'll go on a different quest. Where is our handler? There's a question mark here somewhere. Canteen, that's right. There she is.
Hey there, partner.
What up? Okay, right, so the next thing we need to take care of are those Castodon. The chief said he'd be tagging along with us. Nice. How about we start research in the ancient forest and go from there? Oh, and I've got some good news. We handlers post all the leads we find up on the quest board. You can sign up for quests there too, so you don't always have to come all the way here. Brilliant. But then again, you might miss out on all the eats up here. That is true.
You can pick up quests from the quest board too.
But we miss out on the eats.
It lists the same quests that I've got, so don't worry about having to check two places.
Nice. So, let's just speak to her.
Hunt.
Okay, let's head to the ancient forest to research those Castodon. Post a new quest. Assigned. Castodon kerfuffle. Nice. Let's do it. What is this? I don't want online. I don't care. Okay, when lucky vouchers are used, when posting a quest, you will receive bonus rewards upon completing the quest. Be sure to use vouchers whenever you have the chance. Random quest rewards are guaranteed to drop. Reward money doubles. Note, lucky vouchers are obtained via login bonuses, which this game has. One voucher is delivered each day, and you can claim up to 5 days worth of vouchers at once. Also note that you only can carry a maximum of 5 lucky vouchers at one time. Okay, so basically don't hoard them, use them as you get them. Good. Accept. Yes. We've done it. We've accepted. Okay, let's have something to eat. Let's have... Unpredictable platter? Gives us a attack up small. Yeah, let's get an unpredictable platter. See if we end up with fish again. I think this is the same animation every time, so... Is this skippable? It is skippable. Health 10, stamina 25, attack up small. Perfect. And now we can just depart on the quest. It's really cool that you can do that from anywhere as well. So if you wanted to quickly go check something in your house or whatever, you could just go down there and then click the button and go depart, rather than have to run up to the gate every single time. Again, just another quality of life thing that just makes it so much more enjoyable and streamlined and easier.
Okay, our job is to call a certain number of Castodon. Recently, their numbers have been getting out of hand.
Want to get going?
Yes, I do. So we'll go to the supply box and we'll take our free first aid meds and our free rations. And I don't think we actually emptied our bag last time. So, oh, maybe it did it for us. Unsure about that. But you need to make sure that you empty your bag, empty your inventory every time that you come back from a quest. Otherwise, you'll go into the next one forgetting, and in turn, you'll not be able to loot as much stuff.
There we are. Those, my friend, are Castodon. Let's see you take him out on your own. Huh.
Okay. So these are the Aptonoth. We can kill them for raw meat. And this is a Kestodon.
Be careful.
Be careful. Now, the other thing with the Monster Hunter series that a lot of people don't realize is that the enemies don't have health bars. So you have no idea, just from looking at it, like there's no health bar to tell you how much health it has left, right? So you've got to look at cues that the monsters give you. So like if it's limping or if it's tired or whatever, then you know that it's weakened or that type of thing. So it's really cool that you don't know the health of the monster. Damn it. Get a block there. Where are you going? Come back. Oh, I missed. The lock-on system is a bit iffy. I may have to look into that. There's different settings for it, so at the moment it's not how I am used to. So I'll have to look into that. Get the free heal off that, and we will carve this up.
All right, let's look for another group. The Kestodon are the least of your worries. There are a lot bigger monsters lurking in this forest. Be careful.
Well, I would say that the Aptonoth are
The
actually
endemic life around here can come in handy during a hunt.
the
Try
least
to
of
learn
my
as much as
problems.
you can about them.
Alright, so let's go not through there apparently. How did we get up there? Oh, what's happened? What's happened? It's showing us something. So these are the scout flies. We're just going to follow them. Because clearly they're telling us the way to go. We could probably use a whetstone. You see our durability of our weapon
Over
underneath
here.
our stamina is low. So always keep your weapon sharp. The better weapons you get, the more durability and stuff that they'll have. So you don't have to do it all the time. At the start you kind of do because you have shitty weapons, right? But the better you get,
Be careful.
the better you get, then the less you have to sharpen, which makes sense. Now we have our slinger. We can just like shoot one to get its attention, right? Which is utterly fantastic. Come here. Okay, it doesn't seem to care too much. Fire herb. Alright, there's a few of the bigger dudes here, so I might need to be a little bit more careful than last time. Finish him off. Yeah, that was cool. Get down. Ow. Try and get the little ones down first, I guess. If I can at all see them. Okay, killed one of the bigger ones somehow.
Good work. That
Done.
just about wraps up our work here.
So, we'll
Wait.
quickly carve these up.
Hey, come here. I think I found something.
So in previous games, the bodies will eventually just disappear. I'm sure that's the same in this. But maybe not, because, you know, there's more processing power and stuff. Maybe the bodies last for ages. Or, if they don't last for ages, like forever, I should say, maybe they last for a lot longer than what they did on handheld. Which makes sense. Having said that, we killed all these Kestodons earlier, and their bodies weren't there when I went to loot them, so...
Over here!
We shall see. Okay.
Here.
Cutscene. Okay, so our scout flies have found some footsteps
Look
of
at
the
those Kestodon.
Great Jagras. Fat bastard just swallows it whole. Yeah, so cool.
Now, now!
Gotcha! Alright, partner. New assignment incoming. Take down that Great Jagras.
Let's do it.
If you're not
Okay.
ready, you can return to base and take on the Great Jagras quest later.
Nah. we
Want to
got
get
this.
going?
So we just examined its skid marks.
If you need to
And
call your friends for help,
Some
go to
footprints?
the menu and select SOS Flare to signal them. And you're going to need friends when you go up against some of the tougher monsters. In order for the scout flies to better track a target monster, we need to keep finding traces of it. Like footprints, for example. Good. You're turning up a lot of clues.
okay, so we're at tier 1 of 3, it looks like. Gathering stuff as we go. So this is obviously scripted because it's a tutorial thing.
Okay. We've tracked the Great Jagras enough for the scout flies to lead us to it.
Good. Now, where did they go? This way. Whoa, shit, that was quick. What is this? It's bright moss. Nice. We got some bright moss. Fantastic. Don't know what that does, but I'm sure we'll find out. Loot everything while we're here. We need one more Jagras
You're less
thing
likely to
to
lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera.
level it up properly, I guess. Alright. Great Jagrasian. Oh, we need one more. It's like right there, but I don't think it particularly cares that we're here.
You can use scatter
There we
and
go.
other slinger ammo. It's good for staggering monsters.
Did we get them all? I think we maybe got them all. Alright, buddy. Let's go. So this is our first, like... Ow. Proper monster.
Dodge their
And-
attacks. Don't forget you can guard too.
The first thing usually is to just watch. Like, you keep your distance a little bit and try and watch their attack patterns. We need to whetstone, actually. Probably wasn't the best time to do that. Nope, we managed to get away with it. We didn't pull it off, but we have now. So you can roll out of using a whetstone. That's really cool. So the sword and shield is the only weapon in the game that can use use items while you have your weapon drawn, which gives it a unique kind of flavor to other weapons. I really like it. It's not, you know, the biggest damage per hit, but the fact that you can do multiple hits fairly quickly. And that the sword part of it does cutting damage, so you can cut tails, which is exactly what I'm trying to do here. And the shield part does KO damage, so you can stun monsters if you hit them in the head enough.
Okay, the monster's tired. Now's your chance to deal some serious damage.
Okay, put that away. So I'm not
Monsters
sure.
are running away. Use the scout flies as a guide, and they'll lead you right to them.
All right, we're doing it. I'm not sure if you can cut a Great Jagras tail. I'm going to assume you can. And I'm definitely going to try to. No, he's still running. Come back here. Some honey. Honey is important. Gather honey whenever you can. Okay, he's going for more food. What a fatty! What an absolute fatty! Alright, we've mounted
Down
it.
to the monster. Now's your chance to topple it.
So this is a pretty cool mechanic through the Monster Hunter series. He's mounting a monster. And if you do enough damage to it while mounted, then you will topple the monster. Just like that.
It's down. Now's your chance to get in there and tear it up.
Now, normally, the monster will flail around and you'll have to stop attacking and hold on and all the rest of it, but he just kind of stood there and did it, so.
Oh boy, that monster's really mad now. Be ready for some vicious attacks.
Okay, so the monster's now in range. I didn't actually notice that, but he told, like, I only noticed because they told me. But you can see that he will probably be, yeah, he's like breathing heavily, steam and stuff out of his nose. Yep, there it is. So that means he is pissed. And I'm still going for this tail, just to see if you can, in fact, cut it off. Give me your tail. Give it to me. Mount it again. Here we go. So now we have to brace. And then attack. Brace. Attack. And over it goes. Still going for this tail. I would have imagined we would have cut it off by now, to be honest. But you never know.
Look, the monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to its nest to recuperate.
So you can see there it's kind of limping and it's not doing too well. This gives you an indication that exactly what that dude just said. The monster's not doing too well. So these are the things you need to look out for when going on a hunt to see how close the monster is away from being dead or being able to capture. So you can only capture monsters with traps and things, which we'll get into later on when they're weakened, when they're near death. And the best way to know when they're near death is when they run away like this, when they have limping and everything like that, or if they go back to their den effectively to sleep, which is exactly what this dude's doing. So we're not going to worry about the mini Jagras for the moment. We're just going to keep laying into this dude. Now I'm purely using the X button here, the X combo, like the repeated X combo, and occasionally I'm doing the back step, purely because the circle button does shield damage, and shield damage will not cut the tail. So because I'm so focused on cutting the tail, I'm purely using
Dodge their attacks. Don't forget, you can dart.
my sword. Okay, we need to we need to maybe hit this. Stun them all. That'll give us time to sharpen. Done. Come here, fatty. I'm really thinking you can't cut the tail, because how have we not got it by now?
Okay.
Alright, he's
Head
dead.
back and report to the old man.
So we're returning in 1 minute. I think, in general, after the tutorial portion is over, that you can go back whenever you want. You don't have to go back after the time, like after you complete your mission. You can keep going around and foraging and killing other monsters and all that sort of stuff. But for these missions, it seems like that's the case. So we got 30 seconds, so may as well run around and just collect some stuff. Although we did need these Jagras for the gear, didn't we? So may as well kill these and loot them. Jagras hide. We get this guy in 10 seconds. Nope. But we may get some Jagras materials from completing the quest, so we'll see.
I think we got a lead.
Maybe. Let's check it out.
This is way more story focused than any other Monster Hunter title. It's good. And I really like the scout fly mechanic rather than the paintball.
Hey,
The shit is this thing? Pookie pookie!
well, you were right. There's our mark.
Okay, so it spits poison.
Something's got him agitated.
There's a giant, thing of fire boulders
Look
there.
over there. What in the heck is that? I've never seen anything like it.
You think it's from Zora Magdaros?
Looks like.
I'd like to find out. But we better report back first. All right?
Let's do it. So my guess is by doing that quest, we have unlocked one to kill a Puke Puke, or whatever its name was, which is an awesome name for a monster. Alright, so send item to box. There still doesn't appear to be a send all item to box, but I'm not going to go through every single reward every single time. So we're just going to send all this to the box. And we're going to hide the menu. And you can kind of see like your finishing strike on the monster, which is cool. So these could be some cool screenshots or some nice thumbnails for videos. This one, not so much, because like half of the monster's missing, but still pretty cool. Okay, Luna leveled up. We need to report back to the ecological team. Welcome to the new world. A new cutscene has been added to the gallery. Perfect. Let us confirm and leave. So, depending on how much of a cutscene is about to happen, we'll go back to the Ecological Reserve dudes, have a chat, tell them, hey guy, we found a Great Jagras, it was awesome, it was really fat and it regurgitated its food and then it ate some more food and it was nasty. Put some research in and then we'll call it a day. I think that sounds like a good idea. And I'll also try and switch up the weapons and things between episodes and between hunts as well. So we had the switch axe for the first episode. I see. And we just did sword shield. Even though the first episode we didn't really do that much combat, we'll switch up to something next episode. We'll do a different weapon. So you think you found something in the lead us to Zora Magdaros? Well, I'd send some researchers out there now, but not with a pissed off Poke hanging around. Poke territory, that's pretty deep in the forest. We'll better be equipped to take it on. Once our team from the resource center is done rebuilding the forest camp, once it's ready, we'll make our move. Until then, we'll do everything we can to help them get that camp up and running. Let's get to it.
Once the camp is set up, you can go after that Poke.
Wonder where the resource center is.
Oh, and there's pigs called Poogies, and you can pat them. Just like this. And you can piss them off. If you time it right, you can get love hearts and they follow you around. Or you can do it wrong like that on purpose and piss them off. Okay, where is the research people again? It's going to take me a while to figure this out. It's just over here. This dude? So it's true, they say you've picked up Zora Magdaros' trail. Well, I sure hope so. I've been placing bets with the others that you're the hunter who's going to bring back the goods. Don't let me down. So, what is it? So we found the Great Jagras stuff, which we were mentioning before. Research levels, we're 1 of 3. So we've got Monster Field Guide level 2 and Scout Fly bonus 1. So if we go to the Monster Field Guide, we should have more information now about the Great Jagras. Maybe? Here we go. Perfect. Physiology. So you can break its face. Turns out you can't cut its tail. So you can see there that its face is weak to, particularly weak to Greatsword, Hammer, and Gunner. And its body is similar. In fact, all over it is particularly weak to those type of weapons. So if you were to farm this for parts or whatever, you may just want to speed up the process or something. Maybe use one of those weapons. Otherwise, just use whatever weapon you want. That's the thing. Like there'll be people that will tell you, oh, that weapon's shit, or this weapon's great, or whatever. Just use whatever you like, because ultimately you want to have fun. Every weapon is viable. There's none that are terrible. There's none that are overpowered or whatever. They're all just as good as each other. Find 1 or 2 or 3 that you like and just use them. Don't be too worried about what other people think, because the internet is full of arseholes, right? Yeah. Alright, well, let's leave it there. When we come back, we will continue on with the story and see what's next. Probably the Poke, but we will also go to the blacksmith and maybe make some new gear or something. We shall see. Either way, hopefully you're enjoying it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.